Welcome to the American Institute of Healthcare Professionals videogram on Is All Stress Bad? And what we're going to be looking at today is eustress. Now, when we look at stress itself, stress is a reaction to change that is detrimental to an organism. And stress activates what we refer to as the fight or flight response. So everyday life may seem stressful, but is it truly stress in its truest sense of the word? And this is what professionals refer to as eustress. And eustress is basically life itself. Whenever we wake up and begin to live our day, we encounter challenges. And this is what eustress refers to. Eustress refers to everyday challenges that push us to survive and be better. It is a good stress in many ways that keeps us moving. It keeps us in a sense of well-being and a sense of striving. And in many cases, they are very neutral actions that are also things associated with happiness of events that might be occurring. But for some reason, individuals who have poor coping abilities, they can turn these normal activities or exciting activities into distress itself. And they will then face the same complications that individuals deal with stress. Stress in the meaning of a negative thing that is occurring. So their inability to cope will activate the fight or flight response, and the body will begin to overload and be stressed by things that technically should not be stressing them. But due to their own inabilities to cope, there is a physical and physiological reaction that occurs. So there are a variety of examples of what eustress is. Eustress, like I said, is events that occur throughout our day that make us strive to be better individuals, to accomplish goals and so forth. So daily work, home chores, family schedule, planning events such as weddings or anniversaries, holiday season and shopping, dating in itself. So we need to remind ourselves that these things are good challenges. They're not bad in themselves, but they're excellent ways to become better and grow and to exist, to be alive. However, if we do not utilize proper stress management techniques and coping strategies, these eustress events or daily activities can quickly overload and cause distress within itself. So what would constitute true stress then? Obviously, individuals who have poor coping abilities, planning abilities, lack emotional control and lack of meditation within their life or some sort of calming ability are very prone to stress no matter what. They're prone to daily occurrences becoming stressful when they should instead push someone to become better. So anyone can become temporarily stressed, but what would constitute true stress in itself, a true sense of stress? Well, when we look at stress and its ability to weaken the body, I guess it could be anything. But if we look at things that are negative, which force the body to react, which forces the body to respond in a fight or flight response, then we look at situations that occur that constitute what we would refer to as true stress in itself. We could look at situations such as divorce, a death of a family member, going to a funeral, a loss of a job, poor health conditions, being a victim of a crime, being a victim of a natural disaster, being in a war, or facing some type of severe trauma of life or death situation, financial depression, or any type of critical personal issues that can play havoc and cause major distress in one's life. These can be multiple things at once or anything that is severe. So anything that is negative would constitute true stress and would force the body to respond. So it's very important for us as individuals to differentiate between what is true and what is more eustress in itself in terms of just daily challenges. Life is difficult enough with all the bad that we just mentioned that can occur. We do not want to add to it by making daily activities on the same par and the same level. So it's important to have coping strategies. One of the most important things that you'll hear in any mental health from any mental health professional is resiliency. And resiliency is key not only to deal with everyday eustress, but also to respond to negative true stress in itself, negative events. So resiliency is pretty much dependent upon one's internal makeup and their ability to respond. Character, mental fortitude, good coping habits, worldview, and one's social support systems all play key roles in who is resilient and who isn't. So our resiliency is important, but let's not turn eustress or everyday activity events into massive negative events in our life in itself. We have enough to deal with. So when we're dealing with our daily activities and we find something that might not be negative in itself, it might be a case of just going to work, dealing with traffic, or maybe planning an event. Let's have different perspectives. Create new perspectives on life in itself and how we deal with these things. Have new planning and goals so that we can see what is negative in life and what's positive in life and how do we respond to those things. Enjoying the little things in life. Too many times individuals are so focused on getting from A to B that they don't enjoy the journey itself. And also, finally, we list coping, but reacting within measure. So when something does occur that gets our attention, it raises our blood pressure a little bit, we emotionally respond to it. We need to appropriately respond to that particular situation. It might just be part of our daily functioning, our daily job, our daily challenges. And it doesn't have to become something that is stress in itself. It can become something that is part of the day that pushes us to accomplishing certain goals within the day. So being able to identify what eustress is versus true stress is very important, and having the ability to cope and be resilient is equally important in itself as well. So we at AIHCP offer a stress management consulting certification. Below is the link. Our number is 330-652-7776, and our email is info@aihcp.org. I'd like to thank you for listening and have a good day.